who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word that walked amongst the ancient trees, calling the lapsed soul and weeping in the evening dew, that might control the starry pole and fallen light renew. O earth, return, arise from out of the dewy grass. Night is worn and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, while without turn away. The starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee to the break of day. Good to be with you. It is I, your bard, your spiritual entertainer, taking you on a tour of the swamp here. It is cold indeed. I am quite cold. It's like 40 degrees out here. So I have a helmet on to keep me warm. I see, I can barely read on here, so I apologize. I do see a few people on here. I'll be able to read better when I find a place. I'm looking for a place of meditation here. I think that's Lewis there in Hiroshi. I cannot see it because of the light. Let me give you a glimpse of the moon while it's still here. There she is. I don't know if you could see it. Way up there in the sky. We are here at the wonderful swamp, walking through the fields as the sun brings warmth. A little bit of dew on the horizon there, just a tad as it's going away. We get that a lot here in the swamplands. Oh, awakening the swamp. It's such a beautiful place. And I see Sir Flamedrop is here. Good to have you here. I cannot read anything right now because of the lighting. I do plan on eventually settling down somewhere. I have my backpack with all of the proper materials for meditation. I recognize the demon in there as well. Good to see you. And the servant of Anubis, the vixen, good to have you here for your entertainment here in the morning, walking through the cold, walking through the fields, waiting to find my grove in all of this cold. Oh, it is so cold, such a chill. But it's interesting here to see that little bit of dew. Just a tad. Let me turn this around here. You could see it there, just a tad. Just a tad of like the dew, the little bit of dew coming up. It's just a tad. Usually there's lots of dew here in the morning time, here in the swamp. A little bit of frost there, just a tad bit of frost. It is such a beautiful place here. So we get the green all year and the brown. This is like during the winter. It's like fall. This is like the coldest it's ever been. See, I don't know if you could see the moon up there. There she is up there. You can barely see it. Now my phone is quite dirty. I see Lotto Game Plays is there. Good to see you, our good friend, and others. Yeah, it's hard for me to have communicate until I get to my grove. So I apologize if I have not greeted you properly. I try to greet everyone on here as a courtesy to you. Oh, just walking through here, following the trail towards my grove. My hands are a little bit frosted, but that's okay. The walk there will get me all heated up. The temperature today is supposed to shoot up to 60 degrees. It's slow in climbing. Here I am again, walking through. Yeah, I'm glad I wore my helmet. Might have to put my, to put my other helmets on here to keep that the heat in, especially when I'm sitting down here. Oh my, there we go. I got my Bardic cloak on here and my sacred helmet, walking my way. I have to awaken my swamp. When I walk into my swamp, I try to awaken the spirit here. Awake. It is I, your bard. Awaken, ancestors that are here. I have come here to share this time with you. You got to wake up the swamp spirits. They're all running around here somewhere. Oh, it is so cold. You could see my breath coming forth from my mouth. Oh, you hear the birds? the hawk in the background there. Hopefully we'll see a few flying around at some point. Let me see who's here. Man, I wish I could see these words. Praise unto the ancestors. Yes. When I start walking in, I start chanting Owens to, to transfer this place into becoming much more. Entering, you can hear the beautiful bird in the background there. Awen, Awen, Awen. I usually greet it with Owens. And then eventually I make my way to, we're going to do a meditation today at some point when I get into my grove. If you like, I see all these people on there. Get that thing a touchy up there. You see this thing here? The thumb thing. Yeah, that helps bring more people here into the conversation, into the meditation today. I appreciate people being here. I appreciate people that watch. Let me give you some more view of this wonderful swampland here. Look at this beautiful pine tree here. Oh, there it goes all the way up there. Still got latching onto its pine cones. Doesn't want to drop them. Beautiful tree. Oh, a little bit of dew on that tree right there. Yeah, see, look at all that. That's difficult to walk through back there. I usually don't go walking through there unless I have my boots on. But my area, as some of you have seen the other day, is quite pleasant. There's no like things I have to walk through. I just enter in. It's very unique compared to the rest of the area here. You see, you can barely walk through that. But when we'll get to my grove, there's no problem traversing through it. It's quite simple to enter in. Let's see. Is that Hiroshi? You got your beard all fixed up, sir? I hope so. I hope so. You got your beard fixed up. Oh my, who is this here? Is that, let me see, is that, oh, the high priestess of the orchard. I see there. Gwendolyn is here. Good to have you here, our friend. Eventually I will settle down for a meditation when I get to my grove. I've never come out here when it is this cold. Look at this. You could see the chill on the ground there. See some of the plants, still frozen there. Look at that. I don't know how the animals make it through here. We're not used to this cold here in Central Florida. But what can you do? I mean, the animals must survive. A lot of them burrow under the ground here. Like we have tortoises, lots and lots of tortoises. That eventually we'll see them in the summertime when I come out here. But they burrow underground. They dig these little tiny holes and they go into them. The ground continues to maintain a higher temperature than the outer atmosphere here all year long. It maintains the heat, the sand. It keeps it going. That's why you see like a lot of condensation here upon the surface. Oh, all this wood. It's just calling out to you. It's beckoning you to enter. Come forth into this land. It just calls out. There's something there. It's calling out to you. It's inviting you. When you continue to go into a wooded land, the trees, they begin to recognize you. They begin to greet you in their own way. They greet you. Have I ever been to a desert? I don't recall. Well, some, not a desert proper. I've been to sand dunes. I've been to the shores of, on the Peruvian shoreline. There's a little bit of a desert in South America, but not a desert proper. I don't believe I have. But even in there, right? Even in the desert, there's something there that calls out, right? The desert has its own beauty. Where you are, there is your grove. It doesn't matter if it's desert. It doesn't matter if it's on the shores of the sea. There's where you are supposed to be doing your work as a druid. meeting the world as it is. You cannot control the environment that you are in. Now, when I first came out here, I had all of these understandings of druidry that was based in fantasy. And when I came out to my swamp, it was quite wild. And in dealing with that wildness, I began to think of how the ancestors had to deal with their difficulties in their wooded lands. Now, they didn't have the things that I have in the swamp. They don't have to worry about bears and gators and swamp hornets and swamp flies. They had other things that they had to deal with. The chaos of the land is a teacher. And that's what I have learned. Nice to see you. Why not? Good to have you here. It is a teacher. Wherever you are, the land wants to teach. If you are listening, if you're willing to learn from it, if you're willing to experience it, it is a teacher. That's what I've come to know. Oh my. I could have picked a better day to come out. I wanted to come out last night, but there was too much wind. Too much wind that was going on, so I just couldn't do it last night. It was too cold from that wind chill. It just made it impossible to come out. There is lots of life and magic in the desert. So you've been to a desert before? Yeah, I'm very blessed to have a swamp behind my house. There's so much life here. There's so much joy, so much energy. And I've noticed that at different parts of the day, there's different energy. I really like coming at the twilight, in the evening time, and in the beginning of the morning. More so the evening, because I'm more awake and more alert. But I've noticed there's different energies. I've noticed that the birds, they sing differently at those periods of the day. They get really, really active in the twilight. In the morning, I've come out here like 4 a.m. in the morning to see the difference in how the birds react. And it's like they're right on cue. As soon as that sun hits the horizon, they get really active and begin to do their bird song, which is quite beautiful when you listen to it. You can quietly hear. You could probably hear some of them chirping in the background right now. They're still kind of active here. Just what'd you say? Tuck your pants into your socks like a nerd. That'll work too. That will work too. What does it say? Oh, you're having a conversation here. Yeah. Ooh, it's cold. My hand. Look at my hands are all red from I have this thing here that I use for my camera. It is metal, so that's no fun. But what can you do? This is what I'm supposed to be doing today. I followed my intuition, followed it out here to be in this place, to share this beautiful place with you. I shared it with some other people the other night in the evening time, but I wanted to get my morning people a good experience of my grove. Takes about 25 minutes to walk to from where I was just at earlier. So we got probably another 5 minutes. I will be reaching my grove is about a football field long. And so it is wide, it's stadium football field. It's as wide as a football field, but the length is about a stadium size. About to approach it here. Let me give you some more of the trees here. Oh, my nose is kind of running too because of the cold here. You see those fir trees there? They're very nice. Huge trees here. Now, some of these pine trees, they're quite thin, but they're very strong. I mean, look at this tree here. It has to be a couple 100 years old. It goes up. You see a lot of these thin trees here that just shoot up way into the sky here, these pine trees. I showed, on the way out, I'll show you some wild palm trees that are here. All of these beautiful trees here. And now this is state protected land that I'm on right now. It used to be a place for industry, but there used to be a mine here. But the state bought it in the 90s, and they began to repopulate it with animals that are the wild animals that are native to these areas. This is like an animal preservation area. Is where I'm at, really. People come back here and hunt. I've never encountered any hunters yet, but this is people come back here and they hunt the wild hogs that run around in the region. They're quite, oh my goodness. What does Jesus Christ have to do with any of this stuff? Oh my goodness. I'm talking about the natural world here, and we have Christian fundamentalism at its best, trying to bring a damper on a wonderful conversation here. Oh my. I don't know if you could still see the moon up there in the background there. Probably not. It's hard to get it. The sunlight is really causing a distortion on the screen where you can't see the moonlight anymore. It's always beautiful when you have the sun and the moon in the sky together. The meeting, the union of sun and moon. It reveals mysteries. It reveals unity. Everything in the world as we know it, in the cosmos, there's that harmony that reveals the union of sun and moon, the union of man and woman. All of this beauty in the cosmos. Oh man, I should have wore gloves. That would have been wise. But it's starting to warm up. It's probably about, in the shade here, it's 30, but in the light, it goes up a few more degrees. Could be colder, like last night, but what can you do? Oh, there we go. We got a hawk, and let me see if I can get you. I don't think you could see it. Oh, she ran away. You might see someone when we walk into my grove. There's a few hawk nests. There's also a crow's nest, which is always fun. They always greet me with their wonderful crowing noises that they do, the caw, as it is called. That's always fun to experience here. Oh my! But I hope you're staying warm. I know most of you. It is, I'm complaining about the cold, but most of you in the northern areas, you are like, what are you complaining about? I cannot walk outside. There's snow. There's no snow here. I haven't seen snow here since 1999 is when I saw snow here in Central Florida. Just frost. That's it. I don't even have. When I lived in Michigan, we used to have those chippers for your windshields. We don't have those here. So I have to get up early and warm up my car to melt the ice instead of chipping it off. I don't miss doing that. All right, I'm approaching the grove here. Hello from Australia. Nice bushland. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yeah. So Jerry Ginger, nice to see you. And who is that? Melly, nice to see you. Like, I'm having trouble reading because of the screen, but eventually when I go begin my meditation in here with everyone, I'll be able to see the screen better when I go find my tree. I'm about to enter into the grove here, making my way into my beautiful grove here. Descending down, you can see my shadow walking into the beauty of my grove through the back door here. It's a beautiful place. Yeah, there's all kinds of animals that they love coming into this place and eating the acorns. It's like the boars. They will dig it up. They will keep digging until they find acorns. They have quite the nostrils for it. Oh my goodness, it is cold. But most of my body is staying warm because I have layers of clothing on. It's just my damn hands that are experiencing the frost from holding this metal bar here. Oh my goodness, look at this. What does that say? Our answers are in silent shadows. Could be. Awen. When I have to greet my grove. That's what I do when I walk in. I wake up the spirits here. I'm gonna go see how this is like. This is like what I call the feet of my grove. I got to go visit my holly plant to see if it's doing well. Oh shit! Oh no 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 no! Oh, the damn deer ate it. There it was. Oh, that was sad. There's the left. What is left of my holly plant here? Look at that. Those sons of bitches. Oh, let me see if I can rescue it. Oh my goodness. Well, maybe somebody just walked over it. It's still good. It's still alive here. Oh, damn. So this was probably the damn boars. Because as I mentioned, they come and dig this up. And I think this is my fault because I've been using flavored raspberry water on it. I read that carbonated water is good for plants. So they probably are over here sniffing up the raspberries. But that should get it back to where it's supposed to be. That's good that it's still there. I'll have to find a different way of watering this. But there you go. Rise up, O plant. May your roots go deep. Oh, there we are. Yeah, speak to your plants. Speak to your trees. This is my tree that is at the end of the very end of my grove here. And it's quite thick. Beautiful, beautiful oak tree. Way, way up there. There it goes. Oh, and this here, right down, you can see the elevation. It begins to dip here. This, I think, is a sinkhole. It might have been a place to contain water at one time as well, but I'm pretty certain this might be. We have these problems with the sinkholes, so this is I have to be careful walking through this area here. Oh, here we go. Into the grove we go. You can see all these trees, like they're all spaced apart beautifully. The birds are greeting me as I'm walking into my grove here. We're going to be approaching we have a little bit of a natural spring over here. And here's my favorite part of the grove. When I walk in the grove here, get to see the boar shit. Yeah, or that might be deer, I don't know. What do you think? Is that boar, bear, or deer? I have no idea what that is. Oh man. Let's see here, coming through here. Oh, such a beautiful place. Very peaceful. Can you hear the birds in the background there? That's your shit. You took a shit in my grove. Hiroshi, you wiped your ass with your beard. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. All right. Let me see if there's any frost coming off the water here. Now, there's been a lot of evaporation of this strange. I don't know a lot about environmental science, but since this cold has been going on, my water here has it lost a lot of it. It used to come up to about right here. Now look at it, and this is all in the past couple of weeks. It lost quite a bit of its elevation here. That's my natural spring where I meditate upon the element of water. Oh, truthfully, nice to see you. Good to have you here. Oh, there's the sun between the trees. How special. So beautiful to see it. But I don't know if you could see them. Can you see the moon right up there? I'm pointing right at the moon. You probably can't see it. It's quite visible to me, but for some reason I cannot see it on my camera. I don't understand why. All right, making my way through here. There's a few streams I'm going to do here when it warms up. I want to get lost in my swamp. That's going to be fun. I'm going to let everyone in the audience guide me to where I should be going. And that's going to be in the future here. Now look, you see this? This is boar. They tear the shit out of my grove, looking for acorns. All of this destruction. And it all goes back down during the spring showers. This will all return. They were really going to town last night. Look at all that. They just keep digging. As I shared the other night, I have a stone circle in front of my sacred tree, and they've dug it up completely. There's no way to fix it right now. I have to wait until this season of digging is over. All right, look at these trees. You see that? All of these trees, they are evenly spaced apart. Good to see you, Blake. No, that is not snow. That is sand. That is sand. Now you see all that wood there. You see how wild it is? Now look at over here. Look at this. This is so interesting. You have this wild, and now over here, all the trees evenly, not evenly, but look at the lining. I just find it fascinating that out of all of the swamp, now I've walked quite a bit of places around here, but I've never found anything like this, where the trees, they have a uniformity to them. Maybe Gwendolyn knows more about why trees are spaced apart in such a way. These are all laurel oak trees. They are all, these are the oaks of the South here, as you can see here. And it's Trampus, good to see you. It's interesting how they're all evenly spaced apart. I cannot figure it out. Now I will go over to the bush over here so you could see the difference. Now, what's interesting is right here, there is a boundary. There's a boundary between this group of oaks, as you could see here, that's open field. And then we go over to the wild here. You see that? Look, it's quite peculiar. Deer have the ability to do that. There's an abundance of deer that lack foliage to eat. Yeah, the deers and the boars, they both do it over here. They tear up the all of the ground looking for the acorns. I'm going back here into my grove. I'm almost to the place of meditation. I'll set up my camera and we'll do a meditation together. Eventually I will get to the place. Oh my, yeah, walking from one end to my grove to the other, it takes about 10 minutes. I mean, it's quite long, but not very wide. Like I said, it's about a stadium football. And you can hear the birds greeting me in the background here. The trees simply got in line. They knew it was a party time. That's how you understand it. Oh my. Beautiful place here. Look at that. You see, look at that. There's a space. There's an even space between them. It's so uncanny. The brainless one, good to see you. That's perfect running terrain. Yeah, they do like, I watched a group of deer in here one night. They like jumping around through here. Compared to the bush over there, that is no fun. All right, I'm almost there. Walking my way, be there about. I could see it in the distance here. I'm almost to my stone circle that's somewhat destroyed by the boar. Oh, it's a beautiful day despite the cold. Good morning, Robot Woofy and ELP. Good to have you here in the grove here, walking through the grove. About to sit down and do a meditation here with you about groves. I want to talk about groves. That's been the theme of this week. My hands are frozen to this metal rod here. But here we go. We're almost there. There's the sunlight through the trees there. It's quite fascinating. Oh, there it is. There's my tree of meditation. We're almost there. There's the what I call the awen tree. You see it? There it is. It's probably much younger compared to the other ones here in the grove. but it's the one that I had a vision of that eventually led me to this place. There is the almond tree. Oh, do you see it? Sir Flame Drop, you were asking about that. Your wife's boyfriend's name is Metal Rod. Look at that. There's my almond tree. You see it? Look at that. You know, I had a vision of this tree here. And that's what brought me to this place, this sacred place. Awen, Awen, Awen. It's an inverted Awen. Here's where my stone circle is kind of destroyed by the boar. They were digging in here. And this is the tree I usually do my meditations at. You can see my collection of crystals there being charged by the energies of the swamp. Well, I use those for mostly meditation. I don't do energy work. I just use them as implements of meditation. But I leave them there here at the tree. All right, I'm going to get set up here. I will give you some sunlight. I'm going to pull out my rod here. Whipping out my rod. Opening it up. Oh, there it goes. You can hear it. Oh, there we are. I'll give you the light there. While I lay out my blanket, I got to put a blanket down. I got a pillow that for the support my back. Yeah, I usually I have about 3 hours mobility each day with my disability when I'm taking medication. So you're like, because you've heard me complain about walking. With medication, about 3 hours of mobility. So that's how I'm able to walk around here. Oh man, my hands are like frozen here. About to sit down here, emptying my pockets. Oh, there. But it's a beautiful, beautiful vision of the light there, especially when it goes through the trees there. All right. Sorry there. I'm always weary about the signal here, but that's such a beautiful, beautiful view right there, and I enjoyed just watching the different experience of the light. You hate sand; it makes you feel uncomfortable. Oh my, oh my. I gotta make sure my nose is cleared out here before I switch the camera. That's quite embarrassing when you have a runny nose and you're trying to broadcast. Oh man, it is cold here. The Cilia sand is high in vibrations. I don't know what kind of sand this is. I don't know what it is made from. It has a lighter texture, as you can see there. Let me turn my camera around now and have a conversation with you. I went out and got some newer glasses so I can see better, because my other glasses, I tried to wear them out here. Oh man, there's nothing I can do to keep warm here. It doesn't matter what I put my hood on or not. But here we are. Nasal drip is a bane, yes, certainly. And it is good to see you, Cat's Eye. Good to see you, Cat. Good to have you here. You think it's sandy sand, really? Ancient orchard. Yeah, I've been told this is a place of power by a druid lady. When I was talking about it, I shared images of it. When I started practicing druidry, one of the things you're introduced to is the idea of the grove, and in planting one, or somehow cultivating one in a land near you, or with trees or plants or whatever. And during that time, I had a vision. It wasn't it was kind of like an internal symbol of a place. And I took my sons out and I said, let's go out in the swamp and to see if we can find this vision. And that's where we walked all the way about 25 minutes into this awen tree here. That was the tree that, that was revealed to me in the vision. So it very well might be a place of power. I think it's quite peculiar of the beauty. Now in the summertime, there's all kinds of butterflies. It's really really beautiful. The only problem in the summertime is the flies. They are a pain in the ass dealing with them. It feels like a good spiritual place, certainly. Um, Perfect for, I can't read what that word is, but any of you have children of the woods? Had children of the woods? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. But, I want to, start out a meditation with you um, about a grove. The grove, all of this beauty that you see here, really, you cannot appreciate it unless you build that grove within yourself. That is where you must build it within. Now, it's easy to come out to a place, but if you want to have a true connection to the place, you have to have the place that is within you. Developing that internal grove is really the beginning of your druidic experience. Developing that place, and I want to help do that with you today. If you're in a place where you're quiet, where you could sit down and we'll do a meditation together. You have to build that interior place. And the imagination is a great tool to begin to do that. The imagination is the bridge to the place through the images that you begin to cultivate within your mind. That imagination is the organ of revelation. It is. We are not just make-believing. We're using the imagination as an organ to create a real place. We are all part of the divine imagination, all of us. If you don't believe in deity, I guess you wouldn't understand that. But William Blake taught that we are part of the divine imagination, and we have that capacity within us to create real worlds. Think about all of the wonderful things that we have made in this world, our art, our sciences. That all begins up here, all of that. Good to see you, my good grinder buddy Steve. Good to see you on here. So if you can find a place to sit down, I would love to do a meditation with you. Um, I'm in a sacred place, within and without, and I want to help you to cultivate that place within. So find a place to sit down and close your eyes. Take in a breath, let it run deep. Kind of follow your breath as it goes into your lungs. It goes into the depths of what is sacred. Every part of you is sacred. And follow that breath in. And usually I start my meditations as you've been hearing me enter into my grove with the sacred word. And for me, that is Awen. Awen is something that helps me to connect to my Welsh Celtic ancestors. That word is a bridge. It connects and it reveals. It is something when I think of like prayers, when I think of words, I think of when you are uttering the word, you are entering in to the mystery. Like when I say the Awen, I'm imagining that word being said in all places and all times. We're all entering in, the people in the past, my ancestors. We're all at a point of connection when we say that sacred word. So it helps also. Oh, got to get rid of my nostrils here. It helps. I found, matching it with your breath, like exhale when I found that is very helpful to do, especially if you're having a difficult time in the day. Your brain is scattered, trusting in the power of the awen, trusting in the power of that word. So let's do 3 awens together, and then I'm going to take you on a journey into yourself. You are going on a journey. You're not just playing with your imagination. The imagination is a doorway. It is a bridge. Awen, awen, awen. Now I want you to think of a special place, maybe perhaps that you have been to, that you have found a fascination. Think of a place that is of nature, maybe on a beach, or deep in a wood, or as some of you have said, in a desert. A place that you have found beauty. It is that beauty that helps you to have that memory of connection. Think of yourself surrounded by a group of ancient trees, and you go to this place to rest. Feel the energies of that place, that memory that you have. That memory is alive. Your imagination helps you to come build a bridge to that place. Sit in that place. Sit in that quiet for a moment. Think of the birds. Think of the animals in the background. Remember the breeze hitting your face. Remember the running waters in the background. Whatever this place is for you, begin to go deeper into the experience of the memory, the environment. Let it speak to you. Let it nurture you. Let it refresh you. And let's just spend a moment there in that place. Now begin to make your way back into the world from that place. Awen, awen, awen. Now this practice, if you do it repeatedly, it creates a sacred place that is within you. This practice of building your inner growth, that's very important. Like this place here, I take it with me wherever I go. When I'm not here, when I'm at home doing my meditations, I take this sacred place with me wherever I go, and you can too. There, we live in, some of us, very busy lives, but there's always a moment where you can get away, where you can find peace within yourself. And that comes with your intention, your repetition. This is a very powerful thing that nurtures you. And I see my growth, inner and outer, as a return to the womb, a return to the mother. The boundary between the created and uncreated, the visible and invisible. And I like thinking of, as I've shared many times, the mythology of the Garden of Eden from my Christian experience in my past. That was a very profound mythology, that the ancestors, they were able to experience the divine through the natural. that is where they met the God. The God was there in the garden. That was the meeting place. And the idea of the fall is they lose that connection. They are expelled from the natural. And most of their journey is coming back to it, coming back to the sacred place. I appreciate that mythology, even though, I am not a Christian anymore. I appreciate that mythology. Oh, let me see here. Let me try to catch up to you. Lenny, nice to see you. I'm glad you let Jeff out to play today with all of us. And if you like what I'm doing here, if you like, let me know how you feel about my grove. If you like me, I'll do more shows out here if people enjoy that. And if you've been watching, if you enjoy this, go up and push that thumb. I do this every day. I am on here, usually at my home, with a green screen in the background. This is all real today. If you enjoy that, like and subscribe. You can also join our Discord community. We have a wonderful, wonderful Discord community with all kinds of different people from different backgrounds. We have people who are atheist, people who are pagan, people who are monotheist. Earth-based spirituality doesn't care, where you come from. The mother is always here to nurture you. You can believe in whatever deities you want or non-deities. In the practice of druidry, you can do it any way you want. But that is, for me, my mission is to help people to reconnect to what is all around you and what is available to you. That has been lost, I believe, to the modern person. And I think it's responsible for a lot of our mental health crisis in the world today is our, not finding our connection to what is simple, to having a leaf in your hand. When's the last time you had a leaf in your hand? Right? When's the last time you went out and picked up a stick? Some of you did that, maybe if you grew up in the 80s, like myself, but most people, in our modern world, they have not even picked up a stick. They have not put their hands in the dirt. That is something that's been missing. I understand the culture of our world today. I mean, I have 8 children. They don't like going outside. I've always, every week, I have brought them to the park, and I bring my boys out here to go hiking every weekend, even though they don't want to do it. I bring them out there because it's important for their mental health. It's if not for spirituality, for their mental health, to be able to touch the earth, to be able to smell, that fresh pine that comes from some of these pine trees here. That's very important. Let's see here. The grove mentally was a physical space. I used to go an abandoned warehouse in Brooklyn. You created a little sacred space within you in your abandoned warehouse here. I remember when I was younger, I lived in a concrete jungle, Detroit, Michigan. There wasn't a lot out there. What can you do? You have to create these places where you can experience the mystery of life. It's very important. Let's see here. Blake, this is just a theory, but I think trees are closer to godhood than humans. They've been here long before us, and they're going to be here long after us. Well, I don't think the tree, for me, we can all have our theories of it. I gotta take care of my nostrils here from the drip of the cold. I don't think the tree is any more closer to godhood than us. We're all in this together. We all are a part of a web of life. Every animal, every blade of grass, every tree. We're all in this together. We're all connected. And sometimes we forget about that. We live in a world of individualism. We think that we're all that matters, and we've been taught that, a lot from the Abrahamic religions that have, been, having their way in the Western world. The idea that this doesn't matter. All that matters is you, and one day you're going to be in a heavenly place. I reject that idea. This morning, I shared a quote in my YouTube shorts from a wonderful Roman Catholic monk by the name of Thomas Merton. And he said the gate of heaven is everywhere. There's no place you have to go. It is right within you. It is right around you. All that is wonderful is here. And you have all of the tools to connect with that. But we need to be reminded of those tools and taught about those tools. Most of my life was I did not know how to connect with the natural, and I was living in torment. I wanted to get out of the world, because that's what my religion was teaching me, is that this doesn't matter. So I was quite depressed, and then I began to, rethink my understanding of the world that I live in. And I began to see that everything that is here is the place I need to be. It is the heaven. It is the place that is there to nourish me, to give me life. I don't have to go anywhere. It is all here. It is all within me, and it is all around me. One of the popular sayings in Christianity is the kingdom of God is within you. Well, it is not just within you, it's all around you. In your midst is a proper understanding of that. You aren't the only way to access it. Everything around you. Now, in that mystery, like the mystery of the grove is not, I came to my grove through a vision, but the grove in its reality, in its fullness, is not found. It is built. It is cultivated. This tree behind me and myself are meeting together. It changed the tree. It changed me. There's a harmony within the cosmos. As I talked about in the beginning, coming in, the unity of sun and moon. What does that reveal? It reveals something wonderful. It reveals mystery. The grove is that place of meeting. The trees are changed. You are changed. And in that change, there is revelation. There's something more. There is something wonderful there in that experience. Let's see here. Please like the stream as you come in. Thank you. Yeah. Jamin, nice to see you. This is dope. You are enjoying my grove here. The sun is warming it up a little bit. It's nice to be in the light here. My hands are melting. It's probably maybe, I would say 42 degrees now. When I started out, maybe 35, I don't know. It said 33 degrees when I left my automobile to begin my journey into the grove here. You need to find some pictures of where you went in today's exercise. Oh, that would be nice. That would be nice. Finally, I was the first thumbs up today. Thank you. I appreciate you. Is this part when you read the Holy Bible to us? I don't think so. I am not a Christian, sir. I don't do that. I only reference the Bible, the mythology of it, because I found it of value. Most people are acquainted with it in the audience, so I thought it was helpful. I am not a Christian. I don't give a shit what you believe in. Bod takes human grove hormones. Yes, I do. It works out. I eat the soil here. It's good for the teeth. Is this looping for everyone else? Is there a problem with the connection here? Um, from my end, it looks fine, but there, as I said, I'm in the middle of nowhere, so it wouldn't surprise me if there's some connection issues. Normally, there's at least this sunlight here. 1 byte the time you get here. Yeah. Good to see you, a bass player there. Good to see you. Holy shit! Live from outside. Yep, that's me. Prostate exam. We are live here from the grove of the bard, in the wilderness of the swamp, with the birds chirping in the background and the sun's graciousness rising upon me. I am here sharing tales of the grove with you, with my sparkling ice, and my nice helmet here to keep the ears warm. Let's see here. No Bible thumping. Yes, we're not interested in that shit. It's a joke. Okay. You farted in a jar today. Does that count? Well, that depends on what you're going to do with it, I guess. You grew up on a farm, and your childhood was truly blessed. Not many people have the upbringing that you did. Your parents did an excellent job. But I met Medusa, your ex-girlfriend, and it went downhill. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, the good part about that is you haven't been turned to stone. You're able to have a conversation with us. So, it's not all bad. I mean, you could be a rock, really. Deftones engine number 9. This ain't no stick up. Pick up the stick up. Thank you. Thank you. To see the world in a grain of sand and heaven in a wildflower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. Thank you, William Blake. He is a beautiful influence on my life. The very little that I've, every day that I start my show here, I begin it with the voice of the bard. I named my show after his poem, The Voice of the Bard. Been a great influence on my life, William Blake. The very little, now I've only been exposed to very little of him. Some of his poetry, I've been to a few lectures on William Blake, but that's about it. That's all that it took to help me to see. I mean, he's truly a prophetic person, right? William Blake in his contribution to the world. That's beautiful. You like that, Melly? Well, we're glad to have you here. You make plants express different and unique phenotypes and experience different flavors and colors and leaf morphology. Beautiful. Yeah, the sun's starting to rise. Look at this. Here we go. There you are. Through the trees, through the treetops there. It's bringing its warmth down upon me. The beauty of the sun here. Father, Sun, and Mother Moon. Oh, such a beautiful place here. All right, there we are. Let's see here. Let's see. How far do you have to travel to get to your sacred grove? 10 minutes by my automobile. It's right up the street from me. And 25 minutes walking time to get to this place. I walk through the entire grove here. I'm right on what I call the heart of the grove. That's where I have my stone circle, as you saw, and my sacred, the Awen tree, as I call it. This is where I usually, go for my meditations every week. It's a beautiful place. And if you can do it, go find yourself a place. Maybe that's out on your porch. Get a few plants, some stones, light a candle, speak some ritualistic words like the Awen. Begin that repetition. Create, you change atmospheres. Your energy changes that place. Have you ever been to like a place where people go to all the time? There's a certain energy there. Like if you ever gone to like a stadium where people enjoy sports, there's a certain energy there. A movie theater, a place of worship. There's a certain energy there. The places, they are transformed. There's a memory of you there. There's a memory that is experienced. And the same thing goes with our tree friends here. There's a memory that is experienced by you being in that place. And that, I think that unlike our tree friends here, we have a unique vocation uh, because we got hands and legs and, the ability to create. We have a responsibility to transfigure the world, to give it meaning, to make it beautiful. Um, I think that, like I said, I believe this grove here was waiting for me, just as much as I was waiting for that. Um, I remember when I was younger. Now I would see groups of trees, and I felt like there was something there that it was calling out to me. But I would walk into the trees. I'm like, what's going on? Nothing's happening. I did not understand that calling until now, as an adult, an old man that I am, that I was called to make this place that I'm at complete. It had been reaching out to me and drawing me into it. There's a place like that for you in the world that is waiting for you. And it might be in your living room. It might be in your front porch. Now, let me see. Let me grab one of my crystals here. Oh, let me get this one back here. Oh, it's cold. Cold crystal here. This piece of quartz here. For some people, it's just a rock. But for me, it is much more. It was waiting for me to make it more. For some time, it was just being what it is, a piece of quartz. But until it came into my possession, it became much more. There's an intimate connection with it now. It is something that is able to express itself through me. Now, I've shared, like with animals, we understand that. The animal is able to, our pets, it's able to express itself through you. It's able to be humanized in a way where it finds expression through your interaction with it. Well, the animal kingdom is not alone in this experience. The very rocks, they call out. They call out to you. That's the beauty of every element, every blade of grass, every tree, every breath of air. There is something there for you. There is something there reaching out to you. That's how I see the vocation of our humanity is being able to bring that experience to everything around us, right? We do that in our relationships. I have children. The children cannot be who they are without the love of the parents, without the love of others. They cannot develop, right? That same principle is found in the element of the earth. This piece of quartz waited to be defined. It waited to find meaning in you. It has become much more. Just like this tree that I meditate with here. It's no longer just a tree. It is something that is being defined through its experience of myself. That is the power that you have. You have the power to transfigure, the power of theurgy, to ritualistically transform your environment. It's awkward to watch trees grow in the fast forward mode. Give me a new perspective. Yeah. Trees built the pyramids. Oh my goodness. Yeah, maybe tree ants, right? It was the like in the Lord of the Rings or Dungeons and Dragons. You have the tree ants. They are the ones that built the pyramids. It's quite possible. It's you hear the airplanes now. That's the nuisance out here. We got an airport not too far, and also an Air Force base about 50 miles from here. but there's a small airport for small aircraft that is just in the city over, and there's lots of airplane traffic that can be quite a nuisance here. Um, Me and the Bard are familiar. Yes, indeed. Hello, everyone. It's good to see all of you here. I love you all. I hope you have a great. Thank you, Blake, our good friend from the land of Wales. We appreciate you being here. Royal Oak is a very nice community. Yes, I loved going to Royal Oak. The coffee houses. I really enjoyed. I used to hang out there from the ages of 20 to 23. I was always there every weekend, walking around, talking about philosophy and religion with people. It was a wonderful experience in my younger years. Often going to some of the Detroit metropolitan area, traveling around, reading poetry at coffee houses. That was a good time. I miss doing that. I miss being able to go to those places. When I moved down to Florida, the culture was different. There were no coffee houses. You have to. They're far and few between to find coffee houses with that type of atmosphere. In the future, for my community, I want to have like a poetry night where we all bring our poetry and we share that. That would be a lot of fun. I'm in the future. Right now I have a lot going on, but it's something I want to do. Is have a community night of poetry reading. That is fun to do. If you don't get the alignment with Mother Nature, you will be a drug asunder. Oh my, oh my. Why you talk like that, dude? What dude are you talking about? I don't understand why you talk like that, dude. What? Can you give me some context to your comments, sir? You are freaking out. This some paperwork, and I totally freaked out because I got overloaded. Then I took a walk and finished the paperwork. Yeah, just that walk out in the natural, right? There's energy there. There is peace there. It's a healthy practice to get out. I mean, if you're in a building all the time, you're going to be unhealthy. It is good to be able to get out, or bring the outside to you. To have plants in your home. One of the things that I do in my home is I always have fresh cut flowers on the table. Right now, I have tulips on the table that I had purchased for celebrating Imbolc, for the goddess, Bridget. I had put them on the table. I shared the story. I bought them at the store. They were closed. I put them on the table. They opened. I turn around. They are open. I thought that was a beautiful experience. And what I do with them is I don't throw them in the garbage when they are. Some of them I save, I preserve, I let them dry. I have a whole bunch of dried roses and flowers around my home for decoration. But what I'll do with them is I'll take them out and throw them in the wild instead of throw them in the garbage, because they have purpose. They're not just something that is insignificant. For me, I brought beauty in my home, and it's only out of respect for the beauty that was shared with me through the final moments of these flowers that I pay tribute to. I pay respect to that experience by returning the flowers back into the wild. I see that like with wildlife, right? Animism is quite diverse in its presentation, right? Some people, they get a little extreme with it, in my opinion. Like they think that this tree it reacts like a human being, when I don't see it that way. Trees, their nature is giving, and they are meant sometimes to be cut down, to build your house, to heat your home. That is their nature. It is giving. but the essence, the energy of that tree returns to the mother and comes back to us in another form. The idea of reincarnation of the energies in the world, of all of every blade of grass, it returns and comes back. It returns and it comes back in a more perfect and sustainable form. That's how even us, I see as I've shared with people, my understanding of reincarnation is not one of paying for punishment of karma, but coming back to perfect, to make it more beautiful, more sustainable, in terms of the evolution of the cosmos. That's how I understand what I am, and the trees, and every blade of grass. You know, but some people take it a little bit differently. Um, they get really serious about not cutting down trees at all. So if we did not cut down trees, we wouldn't have to be able to heat our homes. The trees want to give. The best way they give to us is by allowing us to breathe, right? It is their nature to give. And places like this, the giving is one of an embrace. These natural places of solitude, of escape, it is one of embrace. That's how I see these trees here, sharing their wisdom, sharing their warmth with me. It is one of giving. Um, let's see here. Where's the Oblivion music? Well, I'm out in the woods. I don't have a radio with me, so there is no Oblivion music here. Just the birds chirping in the background, an occasional gust of the wind spirits coming through here is all you will get today, sir. Yes, Royal Oak is a lovely little community. You have been there as well. Yeah, I good memories there as a young person. You should have joined. I'm in Discord early, so I never joined. I need to send our bard a measure of my appreciation, though I think that's more important to me, that the icons and such. Yeah, I appreciate you being here, Lewis. I love our conversations. And we have a game tonight. Tonight, on my other channel, we do Dungeons and Dragons. We have a lot of fun doing that. That's tonight on our other channel. I had to separate the channels. Yeah, I don't know if my other channel will, I've been making videos on it, but I've been really thinking about it. It just, that would be like a wonderful if it really took off. I don't know if it'll get that way. My runes said it's just for hobby, really. That is just something I enjoy doing. Last night, I was on there telling stories from the Forgotten Realms. I was dressed up as a wizard. I enjoy that as a hobby. I love expressing, myself as a bard in that way, as an entertainer, as an actor. I really enjoy doing that. But that's tonight. We're going to have a good time tonight. I got something special in store for my. We're going to be down a player tonight because she had lost her grandfather. She said she said she wouldn't be with us tonight. Oh, let's see. You do miss the music. Now that you mentioned it, I'm sorry. Your automobile. Yeah. What you don't call it an automobile? The trees have cellular energy as well. Yes, certainly. A true Oblivion fan hears the music constantly in their head. Certainly. Yes, you cannot, it does not leave you, right? It is always with you, wherever you go. Yeah. You hear the Oblivion music all day now. Yeah, so do I. Whatever I'm doing, I'm eating dinner, taking a shower, taking a dump, making love to my wife. It is always in the background, the Oblivion music. Nature doesn't have a religion. It is just has life and death. We're all part of it. Yeah, we're all connected. That is the religion. There's only one religion, really. Our creativity and all of this participates in that. It's not separated from it. When we abuse the world, that how we treat the environment, we suffer from it, not just the environment. I mean, that's why I think it is a terrible thing, the Abrahamic religions and what they have done in the world. They have created a philosophy for the environmental crisis. The idea that I can just keep taking whatever I want, anytime I want, as much as I want, doesn't matter the consequences. I mean, that philosophy comes from where the world doesn't matter. All that matters is getting to a heavenly place. The Abrahamic religions are the philosophy for the environmental problems that we do have. Now, we do have problems, and eventually they will get worse if we don't learn to be sufficient. And how, I can't help using an automobile, using gasoline. That is the most efficient way for me to exist. One day I hope not to be able to do that. I don't think energy cars, the electric cars, are the answer. From what I've understood, they are worse for the environment than any other thing in this world. They demand twice as much consumption as a petrol-powered automobile. But that's my opinion on that. Gwendolyn here is an expert on all that. She could probably enlighten you more than I could. You don't have an issue with the stream? Okay, good. That's good. As soon as you mentioned it, you heard it? Okay. Good morning to you, Vixus, lover of pans. Good to be with you here. It's starting to warm up. I feel the peaceful energy of this place, radiating out to me, contradicting the feeling of the cold that I have here. I'm right in the midst of the sunlight coming down. I feel kind of like my turtle under the heat lamp. It's quite cold in my house, and the turtle's little heat lamp, it's not much, but it, that absorbing it into the shell does a lot for it. You are entering the central cortex on a beam of light, brother. Thank you. Thank you, Anat. I really ought to get out to the woods today. Yeah. If you have opportunity, it is good to practice doing it. Going down to a local park, taking walks into the wild. Not everyone has the ability to do that, but if you do have the ability to do it, that's like the best thing you can do. There's all of this other stuff that we would rather be doing, like watching television, playing video games. That's like spinning your wheels in life. Going to places like this helps you to develop. It transforms your humanity. It's very essential for your state of being. So if you are able to do that, find a place that you could go and make a retreat. Plan it out if you have to, because I know that some of you are quite busy. Plan it out where you can go into the wild. Let's see here. Medulla, what does that mean? Let's see here. Let's see. Green Knight Tales, good to see you. Good to have you here. Hope you're staying warm. What's the temperature out there? When I started out, it was probably about 30, upper 30s. I feels like it's 45 right now. The high today is going to be in the early the 60s. Probably 62 degrees, I believe it's going to be today. Not like it up there in Toronto. I watch you running around Toronto in the cold. That constant movement is helpful to keep you going, I know. It's cold in Canada. Phenotypical means that whatever life forms have been infected by its environment, humans are just different phenotypes of the same, genotype. That's how you understand it. Let's see here. You have a saying about this? Oh, wonderful. Or an energy bubble? Very nice. I always seek out bodies of water, to be around them, yeah. the element of water is always speaking to you. From water we are renewed, we are refreshed. I'm a water sign. I'm a Cancer, so I'm very familiar with that intimately. The mystery of water, and it refreshes you. It's not just water; it has memory. It is a reality. All of my ancestors, they would name rivers. We talked yesterday about the power of naming, how you humanize places, and it changes them. You know, I showed at the beginning as we were walking in, where I meditate on the element of water, that little natural spring. Um, this place is just perfect. I have a natural spring. I have the all of these beautiful oak trees here. I mean, this is just something that I felt's been waiting for me all of my life. This place was longing for me, and I was longing for it. It it's a mystery. This place and me coming here. All of the right dominoes have fallen in the right places. Uh, to bring me to this place. The working out of fate, the working out of destiny. Let's see here. That's why you think ones that go and clean a house out, of ghosts that they are in charge of the energy. You always wonder how that happens. Now, yeah, I don't know much about that. I don't know the operation of entities that are tied to certain places, whether that's a memory that is continued, that has been shaped into that place. There's certainly, we know that in certain haunted houses, that there's certainly been some negative energy, especially when violence has happened in those places. What comes to mind is Auschwitz. People go there, they begin to weep because of all that evil that has been in that place, that memory of pain, that memory of evil. The Auschwitz museum right over there, all of that Holocaust that happened there, all that energy remains. People go there, they weep because of all of that has taken place there. We transform places either negatively or positively. That is a reality and the power that we possess as human beings. I really believe that. Over time, the phenotypical adaptations of humans have become genotypical, but none of the less have adapted into the environment via different skin tones and the multitude of other things. Yeah, I wouldn't know. So say two people come in contact, one mad and one happy, and two parts both will be affected. The change and result always whose energy is stronger. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. There's a mystery to that. The meeting. I got to take off my sandals here. Oh, yeah, losing circulation in my feet there. Let's see here. The mad person will be happier, and the happy person ends up more mad. It depends on how you interact with those energies, I would imagine, right? The person who is at peace can heal that other person if they, speak the right words. If they don't meet the energy with negative energy, if they make it with positive, it has an effect, right? Let's see. No LARPing, just immersion in nature. We got one of those dumbasses on here that's saying that I'm LARPing. I can't stand those people. Cosmos, it's always good to see you. Beautiful, you're having a good time here. Trees give us oxygen. Trees do not look like lungs. I believe they're living in a body, not a human body. Yeah, the trees, we have a symbiotic relationship with them, right? They exist in their own way as we do. But without them, we wouldn't be around. We wouldn't be around. If you're strong to the changes, some negative energy, positive to you, that's magic. That's what you define a magical practice. Very peaceful. It is even quieter than your home studio. No fighting children, yes. Just an occasional fighting squirrel or bird here, or wild boar running around. I was hoping some would walk in the background there, but we haven't seen any yet. It's probably too late in the morning. They like to run around in the background here earlier in the morning. I don't know where they're going. They just start out and then they head out doing their own thing. Let's see here. I can't even see what that says. Bard, is it an airport for little people? Yes, the little people. They have their own airport. Oh my. Are you sipping lean, Mr. Bard? Yeah, could be. Have you been any, what does that say? Have you ever seen any ant? No, not here. Not here. I like the disco club Boogie Fever. Boogie Fever. Yeah, we got to get a disco ball out here. That would be fun. Oh, hang it from one of the trees here. A disco ball. Oh my goodness, here. Let's see. I don't know how far I am in the comments here. I'm just now, browsing through them, having this conversation with all of you. Let's see here. Where are we at? A Discord poetry night. Yeah, that would be fun to do. And record it and put it up on the YouTube. All get together on Zoom and everyone bring a poem to share. Glass of wine, glass of coffee, whatever you're doing. Oh, there's a nice cold breeze. Oh my. Wind spirits, I don't need that right now. I'm already have the chills. Oh my. I'm being greeted by the wind spirits of what is that? That is the northern wind. Oh, coming down, bringing all of that cold air down from the north. You've never done poetry, but it definitely sounds like it's something I need to get a lot of things out. I first started writing poetry. I am not skilled. My poetry is not like other people. Like Gwendolyn here is a wonderful poet. My poetry, it takes a lot for me to write it. I have to use a thesaurus sometimes to get my words the way that I want. But we all of us, we should at least try to write a poem in our life. You don't have to be, perfect at it. It is a way to transfigure the natural, to make it more than what it seems. And how I started doing it, I was in love at the time, and I found a poem about love, and I started reinterpreting the poem. I would add lines onto it in the same fashion that it was displayed. And I thought that was a good way to teach people. If you are not used to writing poems, find a poem that you enjoy and add lines onto it and learn that pattern and begin to do that with other things. And that is how I've developed my poetry writing. The same thing, my daughter, she plays a lot of instruments. She plays the guitar, she plays the piano, she plays the horn. What else does she play? She plays a lot of things. And she was discussing with me that she doesn't know how to write music. And I said, well, find a song you like and add lyrics onto it. And then, keep that as your pattern. That's how I began. Yeah. And, the poetry is for you. It is not for other people. It's nice that you can share it with other people, but it really is your power, your magic at changing something that is simple and giving it greater depth and meaning and purpose. Yeah, I come out here to my grove and I started writing what I call druidic poetry. I have a whole playlist of my druidic poems that I've been writing here. Eventually, I want to publish a book, probably in about 5 years, when I have enough to fill. I only got about 20. I started doing it in July, I think, is when I started practicing druidry, and I started writing poetry from my grove. And eventually, I'd like to put it all together in a book. but it can be seen by everyone on YouTube. It's all in a playlist called Druidic Poetry, my own little genre that I made. There wasn't enough Druid stuff on YouTube, so I've been trying to put a lot of. Every morning I put up content. Right now I have, I think, over 600 like Druidic sayings, triads, poetry, things from Druidry. It's my Bardic contribution to the world. Because when I first came to YouTube, there was very little on there about modern Druidry. So I began to put all kinds of stuff on here, to have something out there where it's not Dungeons and Dragons. I love Dungeons and Dragons, but I want, other content on there that talks about real Druids, not the fantasy kind that you find in the game. Let's see here. Poetry slam. Yeah, we could make it whatever we want. Yeah, we can have a contest of wit through poetic. I'm probably better at that after a good glass of ale. That's when I really get into the wit and the humor. Now I'm used to that when I'm a bard in Dungeons and Dragons. I have a different mentality. That's always fun to do. Have the bardic wars in there. Let's see here. Yeah, my ancestors they get together to this very day. My Welsh ancestors and modern Welsh people, their bards get together every year for, the exchange of wit and satire. And I try. That inspires me. And I try to do it in my own way. I say that I'm a bard. Maybe not in the sense that they are, but was one who has been inspired. My organization that I belong to, the Order of Bards, Ovites, and Druids. That's a unique form of bardic tradition. But I want to continue where my ancestors have left off. I want to continue their traditions in my own way. That's why I call myself the Bard. Good to see you, John. Good to see you. We keep flowers in the house too, but we use the dried flowers so that that last a lot of longer. Yeah. I love. I just the romantic in me. I need to have flowers all the time. The Bard Poetry Hour. We are to take the yam out of the box with our tongue untangled in the words leap from our lips like lightning. Yeah, it can be that fun if we want it to be, certainly. Humans are animals. I don't think there are two ways about it. So if you put a deer in a kitchen, what would happen? Obviously, this is a crazy interpretation. What would happen to the deer? The deers do go into kitchens when they have contact with humans, right? When you humanize them, there's a change in the way that they, there's less of their chaotic nature, their instinctual nature begins to develop. The idea of taming something really is a humanization of it. So we are animals proper, but the idea of an animal is a spiritual reality. It isn't just mechanical. I see it as much more than that. Let's see here. Let me scroll through. Scrolling through. Yeah, we're not interested in your preaching, sir. We don't. There's no reason to preach here. We're just talking about trees and shit. I'm not interested in your religion. I don't want to be converted. I'm just sharing simple things from, my practice of modern druidry. That is it. What do you think of Resident Evil, the game? Oh, it was a lot of fun. I played that long. I never got into the newer ones, but I remember the first one and playing it on my friend's PlayStation. It was a lot of fun. What was real interesting is when you get to that abandoned police station and you have to close the windows. You have to find the power and hook it all up before the enemy, the zombies come in. That was a lot of fun. Freya loves you. Okay, thank you. I appreciate. We have lots of Norse pagan people on here. Ulf here, if he's still here, he is a servant of Freya. The old wizard here, you appreciate the goddess Freya. You watched the Northman. Very good. The Northman was awesome. Yeah, I saw that too a while ago. Jesus never farted. There are people that believe that Jesus never went to the bathroom. Could you imagine that? I thought that was always odd when I was a Christian, that he's supposed to be fully human, right? But he doesn't take shits or anything. And I often, there were people who believe that in our modern time, that he doesn't do anything that would, contradict his divinity. And it's really terrible. It makes like, when he talks about going the narrow way, that's really about constipation, I think. You donate to Arbor Day Foundation. That's a beautiful cause. It is a beautiful cause. Let's see here. The hammer and the Gwent. Oh my. He got a timeout so he can sit with his guilt for a while. Yeah, trying to shame us here for loving trees and being out in the wood. Oh, let's see here. You live in Royal Oak. Oh, yeah. I used to go down there when I was a Christian on the street corners with, talk about Jesus and stuff to people. Lots of interesting people down there. And yeah, I used to really, before that as well, I would go down there and hang out in my when I was around 18, and I started going out there very frequently, around 20 years old. There's all kinds of wonderful groups down there in Royal Oak. The wizard is fun. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Hi there, Meisterpart. Good to see you. And Fatima, what kind of channel is this, sir? Well, it depends on what day and what kind of drugs I'm on, really. Today, it is a channel of my grove. That's what you hear. The crows, they're coming. There's a whole shitload of them flying over here. Oh man, they're having can you hear the crows? They're having a little bit of a gathering, I hear. Morphrin, I am here. They're having a good time, my crows in the background there. You fell asleep last night's stream? Oh my. Well, I'm glad to bring comfort to you, my friend. Let's see. Does somebody make a car for winter? Let's see. Where am I at? I'm trying to catch up to your comments. I don't know how far I'm not in front of my normal interface, my computer, so I'm not able to catch up appropriately. I'm probably about an hour behind already. I'm gonna be out here in my grove for another 20 minutes, and then I'm going to walk back. So you'll have me for about an hour. Let's see, a different setup, yes. The Black Wall, good to see you. Good to have you here. Where am I at here? Bard, wow, I believe you're right. You need a solitary place to turn your phone on silent and to turn it completely off. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, our Roman Catholic fundamentalist friend, Mordecai. He's getting St. Francis on us now. Let's see here. I got the gleam in my glasses trying to read. Where does rain come from? The lakes, the rivers, and the ocean? Yeah, I would imagine. You are a lover of plants, so you are in the right place, right? You are a lover of plants. We are lovers of plants here. Let's see, where am I at here? Program your water with love. Look at that. Trampus Bromaster with his Reiki powers here. Let's see, they have a relationship with us, certainly. You saw 3 separate rabbits on your stream the other night. You got down there in Toronto. You are able to witness rabbits running around in the streets of Toronto, the wild rabbit of Toronto. Disco night fever. Oh, that would be fun. Just have a disco night. Yeah, yeah. Your poetry is. Well, I thought you are quite the poet in my opinion. Your favorite poem is "The Stolen Child" by Yeats. Was the poem your benchmark called "Welcome to the Jungle" by Guns N' Roses? Yes, that's what started it all. Um, Watching it in the Clint Eastwood movie before it was popular. Welcome to the Jungle. I forgot what movie that was, but that was a long time ago. Um, that was a great idea. And if my words are coming out weird, it's because I'm using voice text. So you speak a different language, or you're trying to communicate through the voice text, or you don't have the interface in your things, hearing everything. Um, Love this bard. You're really telling us a deep message. You're not just goofing. I see another side, a deeper side of the bard. The bard has many faces that you see on here, right? I mix the comedy with the spirituality. You don't often get that, right? It's either one or the other. Not everyone is able. The bards have many talents, and mine is to be able to mix the comedy and the spirituality together. That is my gift that I bring to you, Mordecai, the Roman Catholic fundamentalist. Bard battles. Oh, those are fun. I just loaded it up, and you do believe that a soul can pass on another body, as if your grandfather passing away, he's still with you. Yeah. Oh, you hear there's the hawk. Hawks and crows today. They're having a good time in the background. I don't know if you can hear them. You think reincarnation takes time, but the evolved soul, perhaps, the process is faster. I could see less sun to produce a quicker processing rate. Yeah, it's a great mystery, and we can all speculate on it, right? Yeah, that's the fun of it. I think maybe on purpose we try not to remember past lives, right? Speaking of zombies, has anyone played, what is that? Skill Rituals? It's very similar to COD Zombies. No, I have not done that one. You like punk games? Let's see. Your boss sucks. He threw you under the bus. Never trust a person from Nepal. Oh, maybe it's just Magical Cat is here. Good to see you. I like this cool new format. You enjoy my grove here. Yeah, if you people enjoy this, I will certainly do more here. The only downfall of doing this is I don't have the resources to interact. So you get mostly me talking about things rather than talking to you, which I certainly can do. I am skilled in the art of rhetoric. I can talk for 6 hours straight, given the right amount of ale. Let's see here. Papa, you are outdoors. Lucky, it's beautiful. And you are beautiful. Thank you so much, my friend. Channel time. Good to see you here. Ferndale. Yeah, Ferndale. Yeah, I spent much time there. Crows are croning on your using your brain. So the animal shows up. Yeah, it'd be nice if a few flop down and we could get a good close-up of them. Yes, we hear you, Morphin. We are here. Come visit. Oh, let's see. You sub, thank you. New green screen is great. Yeah, the real green screen this time. I'm not typing, how phones are. Yes, yeah. Oh my, let's see what we have here. I wonder what the obsession with the word evildoer is. There's such a 1950s thing to say. One who, yeah, these people, the King James Bible is where they get these words from, and they think that they're special. Like, I remember when I went to a Pentecostal church when I was a Christian, they would start prophesying, "Thus saith the Lord, thus are these, hum dingy dong ding dong, shibaba kaka katataka." They always start speaking in King James. They think that God talks that way. So, evildoers, workers of iniquity, and all of that bullshit. Yep. Edgar Casey says the process is hard. Yeah. Yeah. Some of the things now, he has a lot of interesting things, Edgar Casey. But some of these beings that he talked to me, were full of shit. Just because you are a person who talks to beings doesn't mean the beings are forthright with you. I remember researching some of his experience. I'm like, what kind of bullshit is this? Just because you're talking to an entity doesn't mean it's telling you everything is true. Entities are just like us. Some of them are assholes. Oh, look at that. I made it to the end here. This is good. You believe Dana Carvey did a funny skit about that in a comedy routine? Yeah. Evildoer comic book tier word, not even like the boss evildoer, just as you know. The henchmen survive one line of dialogue, being kidnapped off the am I still, are you able to hear from me still? I see that the chat log is at an end here. Sometimes the thing on my phone freezes up. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's still going. That's why I don't like the phone interface. Good morning to you, 9THLV. Glad to see you outside. I hope you're having a take it up. Thank you for being here. Yeah, if you like what I do, I do this every day. If you think I'm worthy, go give that a touch, that thumbs up there, or subscribe. Or if you, I do this for a living, and I appreciate people that can support what I do. Buy me a cup of coffee. There's a join button on the side there. You can buy me a cup of coffee and be a part of our Discord community. We have a great time in what we do. I really enjoy doing this all day. Coming outside doing this. This is the second time I have done it, and it seems to be working out well, despite the lack of resources that I normally have at my desk with my computer, and being able to interact with people in that way with the background music, so on and so forth. But this is new. I'm probably going to try doing this if people enjoy it. Yeah, like I said, I want to take people on a whole tour of the swamp here, help you to meet some alligators and all of that stuff, take you into the depths of the bogs here, get you a good feel of the place. Now, where I'm at, it is quite tame. All of these oak trees that I am around right now, it is quite a tame place compared to most of the other places that you. There was the most wild thing here. Right across the way here, there was a hornet's nest that is in the ground. Now, I don't know if they are yellow jacket. I stay away from it. I'm going to go walk by there on the way out here today. I'm going to probably stick around here in this place right here for another 10 minutes, and then I'll begin my journey back with all of you out of my grove towards my automobile. I don't even know what time it is right now. I have no way to see it on my camera here, but I know that I've been out here for almost 2 hours now, having a good time with all of you in the wild of my swamp here. All this swampland, behind where my home is here. As I said, it's about 10 minutes journey with my automobile. and a 25-minute walk. Um, when I came out here, when I was following the vision, I did not know where to go. I just brought my boys and like, I have a vision of a place. Let's go see if we can find it. So we didn't walk too far, obviously, 25 minutes, and then, finding this sacred and wonderful place. Right now I feel really refreshed. Just sitting here in the quiet, in the peace, feeling the lady of the grove here. The energies of her presence. Each little place, for me, it could become living. I think I awoken something that was here, that was dormant, that was waiting. This little place here, there's something living here. There's a lady here, and it's just meeting her. It brings me warmth, makes me feel that everything's going to be okay, like the embrace of a mother, as I described. And so I really enjoy coming out here. And as I was saying in the beginning, I encourage people to do the same. Find you a place where you can find that embrace. Find that special place and name it. Make it a meeting place where you can find refreshment, where you can find renewal. I mean, there's so much out there in the world. Don't waste your life away in front of a keyboard or a set or a phone. Take some time to dedicate to the experience of the natural, the real. Stop living in a fake world. If you live in a fake world, your life becomes fake. You become unreal. A lot of the things our young people are talking about, they're not living in a real world. Some of the stuff my kids talk about, I've tried to bring them out into the wild. The culture that they're used to. It's very superficial, very superficial. There's not a lot of substance there. There's not a lot of things that you could take with you. In this journey of life. Transient things that have no lasting value. When you find that sacred place within you, when you find that sacred place outside of you, that is something that endures. Whatever happens in your life, you have that place of comfort. You have that place where you can find life. Look at this. The sun's going up now. There it is, going up high there, right over the almond tree there. The breeze hitting it, just sitting in the presence of this beautiful tree here. All these beautiful trees, all these wonderful trees. And I don't know. I'm only assuming that they're 100 years old. I mean, I can only guess. I mean, I'm not an expert at the structure of the trees. Some are obviously older than others. I mean, this one here, probably 100. I don't know. I'm not an expert. But there's nothing like the beauty of this place. Oh man, I'm getting hit hard here now by this cold wind. I'm gonna put this over here and start to pack up. Let me try to give you a good place to gaze upon. Starting to pack up, preparing my journey out of the grove here with all of you. Oh, now I'm getting the chills here. Let me put this back, my crystal back in the tree. I'm folding up my blanket, rolling it up here. Oh my, preparing for the journey out. And if you've enjoyed being with me today, let me know in the comments. Let me know how you feel about it. Tell me if you felt refreshed in the meditation that I've done. Tell me if you've found value in it. I enjoy hearing from all of you, hearing your experience. That means a lot to me, that I'm able to bring that type of joy into people's lives. I'm shoving my pillow now into my bag. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. Almost finished here. Picking up my plastic bottle here for my water, shoving it here in my bag. All right. Putting on my backpack. Oh, getting suited up here. All right. All right. Got my backpack's kind of pulling my cloak against my throat here. I got to fix that. Don't want to get strangled on my way out. That would be no fun. All right. Let's see here. All right. Now for the journey back into the I'll see you. I'll take you by the hornet's nest if it's still there. They're probably all dead, I would imagine, from the cold here. But working my way out, saying goodbye to my almond tree here. I usually just, I usually say a little blessing upon it, like, may your roots be deep and your branches long. And I feel the energy that's within myself, and I see it going into the tree, creating this bond with the tree. Speak to your trees. Speak to them. You change them. You change their nature. You change their experience. Now this is an open space here that is in my grove. You can see some of it. Of course, the wild boar and the deer just wrecking my floor here. But it all go back to normal once right when the summer approaches in Florida. It always rains in the evening. Every night there is rain. Oh, it's working my way out here. Out of the grove I go. Make sure I have my keys. Don't want to forget my keys here. Yes, I have my keys. I have my wallet. Oh, the birds are greeting me as I leave here. Let's see here. Yes, I know, birds, I know. I'm trying to leave. I hope you had a good time while we're here. All right, this is where the hornet's nest is over here. I'm not going to get too close to it. I don't know. This hole over here is where it was. I'm assuming that I'm quite safe. Oh shit! There's some flying around. I mean, it's 40 degrees and they're still in there. You see that hole right there? That is filled with hornets. Very dangerous. You could see that's a yellow jacket. Yeah, they're flying around. I'm going to get out of here. I don't want to get stung. But that is the scariest thing that you'll find out here. That you have to be, where you step, you could die. That kind of caught me off guard, like when I started coming to this place. And like all of my fantasies of, being in the woods, practicing druidry, like this is really hitting me home in terms of the difficulties of the ancestors and what they had to deal with. I mean, one wrong step, I'm dead out here. That's how serious the swamp is. The swamp is chaotic. It has its own energies, its own chaos that is life-giving. But you have to be able to, respect it. You have to honor it. It doesn't play around. All right, working my way through the swamp here, bringing you through. Look at this place. Magnificent. All of these trees here. Look at them all. They're all in line. They're all lined up. I've never seen anywhere else in the swamp. I've been all around this swamp. This is the only place where all the trees are lining up. They're all lining up here. Isn't this amazing? This place here. There it is. Look at all that. All lined up there. All of these trees. And they've been here for quite a while. You can see how big. Look at this one. It's got This one's very thick. Oh, look at that big one right there. That one's beautiful. Lots of these are called laurel oaks. A unique swamp oak tree. This one's huge. This has got to be a few hundred years old, at least 300. Look at that all around there. That is huge. It's got to be 300 years old, I would imagine. Oh, I hear the crows playing. Working my way through here. Yeah, it takes me about 10 minutes to walk from one end to the other of my grove here. You know, groves, the size don't matter. It's how you use the grove, as they would say. Oh my, that northern wind's hit me hard. Oh, that's cold. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's cold. Now just give you some contrast again. Walking outside, there's like this boundary here between my grove and the wild. You have this real thin strip here of sandy land. You can see it all the way back there. And then we go out to the wild here. Now I'm going to walk up to the wild here so you can see the contrast. I can't even walk through that shit. You see that? I can't even walk through there. All these wild trees. Then you go over here. I mean, this is so unique. And it's the mystery of it. Oh, that wind is cold. Oh my goodness. You can see that tree right there. It's probably, we get hurricanes here that knock these trees down. And I think my comments have frozen on my screen here. If I've not responded to you, sometimes my screen freezes on here on my phone. But I know there's people out there. I'm going to keep talking to you as I work my way out of my grove here. Like and subscribe. I do this every day. I'm going to go say goodbye to my little spring here of water coming up upon it. Look at that. Now, all of the animals, they come get a little drink here from this little place. I've never seen any gators in there. All the gators are usually up the road at about 10 minutes, 20 minutes from here. I'll take you to the gator place in the future, in the summertime. I don't like gators. They can eat you, but they're fun to look at. I used to have one that lived behind my house, and we would feed it pizza. You could see how again, look what the boars and the deer have done to the land here, looking for acorns. They tore it all up. All right. Working our way out of the grove here. But I hope you've enjoyed this experience. I certainly will continue to come back here in the future, especially when it's warmer. I'll take you out into the bush. I'll get my boots on. We'll go out into the bush and see what's out there. Maybe we'll find the skunk man, as he is called, the Bigfoot of Florida. He is a creature of that has been sighted in swamps of Florida. I've never met one, but there are people who've had encounters with it. That would be fun. I don't know why people run away from the Bigfoot. Why do you run away from the Bigfoot? If you are trying to look for the Bigfoot, why do you run away from it? It doesn't make any sense to me. You know, stay. What is it going to do to you? Stay and meet with it. Why run away from it? If you're looking for it, you see what happens to these people. I got my nose here. They go and meet with this Bigfoot and they run away. They don't stay and have a conversation with it. They get afraid, and then they regret what they have done, and they go back and try to look for it. Let me see this bird over here. There's these really pretty green birds that are over here. I'm trying to see if I can show it to you. I think it just flew away. There it goes. They're really small, the size of a sparrow, and they're like really light green. They're really beautiful. I wanted to show them to you on the way out here. If I come across it again, I will show it to you. They like to hang out. This is like the feet of my grove, I call it. You can see that tree there. That's from the hurricane. Pulled it up, made it crooked. Kind of like Gary, his crooked tree. I could just imagine. Some of you know Gary quite well. This is Gary right here. All right, going through here. Adventures in the swamp. Walking through, giving you the tour of the grove here. Yeah, look at this tree here. That's what a hurricane has done. It's pulled it right out of the ground. We have these hurricanes here. Every couple of years we'll get a hurricane. 4 or 5 years we'll get one. No fun. Hurricanes are no fun. All right, I've come towards the end here. This is the bare end of my grove here. Now I'll begin my journey back up the road here. Couldn't find that little bird. Where are you at, birds? Oh man, it'd be fun to get lost in here one day with all of you. Yeah, we hear you. You hear that crow? I hope you're all having a good time. My comments are frozen, so let me see if I can get them back. Oh, let's see here. Let me try. Connecting. That might work. Yeah, that right there. You believe in God as well? Go, good for you. Good for you. What does it have to do with the trees? He's alive. He's just pushed over. Let's see. Pretty close to the swamp. Yeah. I have come back here. Now my comments are working now. Sometimes my screen freezes up and I have to reset it. That did it. All right. It's about a 25-minute walk back now. I have to watch what I walk as well. There are little cactuses, real tiny ones. And they're no fun when you have sandals on, the cactus. I'm trying to find one so I can show it to you now. I just exited my grove here. I'm kind of still in the bush. Let's see if I can find one of those little cactuses. They're usually really, really small. I don't see any around here. Some of the animals do eat them. All right, I guess not. Let's try to look around. Let me switch this around here. Adventures in the swamp. Maybe we'll hit a few places on the way out. We'll go slowly out of the swamp here. Give you a tour of some of the places that I've been to on the way out. Look at that tree. That's pretty. Pretty fir trees right there. Look at that. Nice and green. That's when I was talking about that bird earlier. It is the color. The bird that I was talking about. It was this color. And then it looked like a sparrow. Real small. If we come across them, I'll make sure that I will show them to you. Now in the summer, all of this grass here is alive and about 3 feet tall. So I usually don't get to walk through this part. Look at all these Christmas trees here. How would you like that in your living room? It's beautiful. Look at them all. I got a bunch of pickers now on my feet. Some of these bushes here. Let's see here. I'm trying to read what's going on here. Longleaf pine. That's the name of it? You miss sandal weather? Yeah, I wear sandals all the time. I have, there's my sandal with my thermal socks on there. I don't like wearing shoes unless I'm going for like, I probably should have wore shoes today since I'm doing some walking here. Let me see how my battery charge is. I have 40%. Okay. Yeah, we'll do some exploring here. We have time. The only thing I really have to do is prepare for my game tonight. And I got all the maps ready for that. And I have some backup maps as well. But we could do a little exploring here on the way out, which is fun to do. Looking at going back there, that would be fun. Look at all those trees are old as hell back there. That's about 500 feet up in the air. That would be fun to go back there. Let me see how far we can get through some of this stuff here. No, about to go get lost in the woods here. Why not? What else do we have to do here, right? Now this is true spiritual entertainment is what you're experiencing here. There we are. Back at this tree here. Yeah, these are nice and kind of soft. These pine needles here. Oh, humans were here. Someone was having a beer. Me and my boys come out here with garbage bags every now and then and clean some of this shit up from the humans that come out here. I'm following a trail of sorts. I don't know what kind of trail this is. There's a tortoise hole right there. A tortoise digs down and buries itself. Lots of tortoises out here. The Florida tortoise. What does that say? I can't read the words on the phone because of the sunlight. Oh, so I apologize. I got to find a darker place. Just walking through here on my way out. What is this? Is a place right over there. It seems quite flat. I better get out of here. The pickers they're a nuisance. I have them all over my socks now. These plants here, lots of pickers. Lots of pickers on these plants. There we are. Let's see what this place is over here. I think a UFO landed here. Look at this. What is this? Look at this shit. Look at this. What is this here? Do you see this? Look at this. This circle here. A UFO landed here. I know it. Can you see that? This is strange here, right? There must have been a UFO that landed here. This is a crop circle. Oh my goodness. Can you believe this? Look at this. Why isn't this everywhere else? Why this spot here? Why this spot here? Why did the UFO land here? Very strange, right? Very strange. Look, can you see it? It's a circle. We got UFOs out here in the swamp. Oh my goodness. Aliens everywhere. I better get out of here. I don't want to get probed. Trying to get out of here, the aliens. Let me see if I can, what's your comments here? UFOs, unbelievably funky object, yes. The entrance to another dimension. Perhaps. It had to be amazingly rare find. Yeah, I would imagine. All right, here we go. Oh, I've never been over here before. Now, I have left my grove. It's way back behind me. And I'm in unknown territory here. Just off the path. In the bush, seeing what I can find over here. I want to run into some wild boars. That would be fun to show you the boars here. If I ran into one of their nests. I am armed. If I have to use weapons, I hope I don't have to. But I am protected. I'm kind of stuck here. Oh, these trees are falling over here, and all the trees here. You want to run into some wild boars? Yeah, that would be fun. They're more scared of you than they are the other way around. Now, they certainly can hurt you. Oh, I've come to some type of clearing here. There's a one of the traditional Florida palm trees. We have these wild palm trees. Look at this beautiful tree. Beautiful palm trees, as you can see here. Beautiful, beautiful tree. There's lots, you get all these trees mixed together out here. You have palm, you have pine, you have oak. Some of these trees I have not identified, like that one there. I'm kind of like in the middle of a place right off the path of walking back. Is that down under Debbie in here? Is that her? I can see. Let's see. Deb Richardson, is that you? Good to see you. I'm out in the outback here in Australia, but really in Florida. Down under Debbie. It is, you are down there in the summertime for you. I'm freezing my ass off here in my swamp, live from the swamp. That's what you're getting right now. I'm trying to walk my way back to my automobile. And I'm coming upon a trail here, I think. Ooh, let's see here. Oh my. I don't know where I'm going. I'm lost in the woods. The grass is getting thick. Where am I going? All right, there's a trail back here. As you can see that back there. I don't know where that goes. I've never followed that path back there. But I'm gonna head off to the regular trail over here. Oh my, such a beautiful place. Starting to warm up a little bit now. The wind has died down. Now I'm going to head on the trail here for a little bit. If I see anything fun off to the side, I'll go over there so you can take a look at it. Now look at these trees here. They're real slender, but really tall. These pine trees over here. Beautiful pine trees. Go down in there, take a closer look. What is that thing? There's some type of hill. I gotta go down there and see what that is. You can see the difference from where my grove is compared to the other places around here. This is all wild. You can barely walk through it, right? Compared to my grove. Now, what is this thing here? Oh, that is a tree that has been tipped over. I'm sure there's some creature that lives under there. Look at that. This is when we watch the bard get gated. Yeah, I have to go further up the street. Good to see you, Enafir. Good to see you. Good to have you here. And Jamin, yes, the spiritual entertainment, live from the swamps of Florida. Are there any shells under there? Let's take a look. I'll stick the camera under there. You could tell me. Now, if my camera gets eaten, here we go. You're going under there. There is, my phone better not fall. I'll be pissed off. You're going into the hole now. Look at there. You see anything under there? There's creatures live in that hole down there. That's probably a tortoise hole. Did you see anything while you were in that hole? I can't go in there. But my phone, the pole of my phone got in there. Oh my. That wind's hitting me hard. Now, there we are, in the warmth of the light, working my way back. Oh, it's just such a beautiful place. I'm glad I was able to share it with all of you today. See, Bard's pine locator ability, plus 25. That's what, yeah, the crooked Gary trees. Yeah, he might be in that hole. You saw a rattlesnake? Oh shit. Now we have those out here. We do have those out here, rattlesnakes. So you got to be very careful when you're walking in the. That's why I usually have a walking stick with me when I'm going. Damn it, I got freaking pickers in my feet now. Damn it. Oh, that freaking hurt. Stepping on those things. There's so much beauty here, so much wonder, so much you could do with it in terms of meditation. All kinds of places you can go to be refreshed, to be renewed. As the thunder rolls, what is this, Garth Brooks? Do you have friends down in low places? Oh, thunder rolls. What? I'm not a fan of the country music, but everyone knows that Garth Brooks song. Here we go. Look at these trees. You see how small they are in their width, but how tall they are. They are really thin, but really tall. That's the way these trees are here in the swamp, a lot of them. Oh, there might be Bigfoot in there, I don't know. As I was saying earlier, if I met the Bigfoot, I would not run. I know I would be scared, but I would not run. I run away. Let me get a closer look at these trees right here. The bard is a metal head. I like a few metal songs, yes. Someone was asking me the other day if I liked Black Sabbath. Yeah, there's a few songs I do enjoy. Not too much metal. A lot of metal that I've listened to in my youth, it just brings me to a dark place. So I don't enjoy it, listening to a lot of it. Some of those memories that I don't like having when I was into a lot of dark things when I was a young person. So I don't do that. You're the rooster? Are you Alice in Chains now? You're talking to the trees? Yes. In my grove, I have wonderful conversations with my trees. You probably weren't here, Debbie. Oh, and we are in the grove earlier, doing our meditations. You know, we're on our way out now. I mean, it's got to be quite late over there. Was it like 4 a.m. in Australia? It's got to be in early morning or late night. Let's see here. You like the LED though? What do you mean by what is an LED? Let's see, there we go. It's 1:50 a.m. Led Zeppelin. Oh yes, yeah, I love Led Zeppelin. Very powerful music. I love the love songs. Yeah, indeed. I just can't figure out, like this area here. You see the ground? Something is going on here with the ground. In many, now this has not been done by humans. You could see how it has all been messed with. It's very strange. Sometimes we'll be hiking in the wild here, and we'll come across all of the ground being disturbed like this. It doesn't. We don't know how this has happened, what purpose it was for. Yes, there's D&D tonight. Tonight that we're having a game tonight. Yeah. A lot of their music is about Middle Earth. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they made some beautiful music. What do we have here? Fire ants. Oh, look at them. They're all hiding in there. I showed people those yesterday. This is a giant fire ant mound right there. You don't want to step in those sons of bitches. They will bite you and bite you and bite you. It's no fun when you get bit by fire ants. All you do is itch until you tear off your skin. Fire ants are no fun at all. Oh my. All right. Got another 20 minutes, I think, before I get out of here. 25 minutes around there. I know there's a small little trail here. Oh shit. Damn it, he's got these pickers in my feet. They're just a pain in the ass. Walking through all those bush trees. Wow. Yeah, one day we'll come out here when I have shoes on and we'll walk deep through this stuff. When I get my hiking boots, we'll go deep through that stuff. We'll get lost in there and see what happens. That would be a lot of fun. I'll allow the audience to guide me where I'm going through all these various trails. Yeah, socks pick up all those little pickers. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Yeah. Oh my. This place is so beautiful. Now, damn it, another picker in my foot. I want to show you this woodpecker tree over here. There's lots of these woodpecker trees. They make these holes in the trees. I don't know if you could see that one right there. You see it? Look at that hole. You see that little hole there? There's lots of these burrowed out holes in the trees there. Lots of woodpeckers out here. The Florida woodpecker. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Beautiful place. What are you saying here? Let me see what that says. It says, damn, I got to go in the darkness over here. Bard's defensive temporary decreases due to the pickers growing in the fire ants territory. Yes, they're messing with me. You love woodpeckers. They are easy to identify. It's smacking its face against the tree. And what's always fun is when woodpeckers, they go hit on metal and stuff. That happens a lot here. The signs and things. What is this? What did I find here? Oh, look at that. I think this is a puffball. Is that what it is? You got probably open it. I don't want to open up. I don't want to get the spores. That just rolled out. Now, there's no mushrooms in here that I've seen today because of the extreme cold, but usually there's a lot of different fungi that are out here that I take my boys out here as a science experiment and learning about the natural sciences. They take my phone and they go around identifying the various forms of fungus. Nothing good to eat except the stuff on the trees. The shelf fungus, that's probably the most edible thing here out in these swamps. Any crows? Yeah, we've had lots of crows, Yotan. When we're over in my grove, we have a bunch of crows over there. People were hearing them earlier when we were. There's crows, there's hawks. Google Lens is unbelievable. You don't think it is an accurate description of things? Fun fact, the woodpecker's tongue wraps around its brain to protect it when it makes salt. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh my. Such a beautiful place. Yeah, now it's probably about 50 degrees. I feel in the light here. Starting to warm up as the day begins, really. But it was really cold when I started out today, 30 degrees. But it feels like 50 now. I feel nice. Might be because I'm walking. All of this wild bush here. And I come out here, normally I come out here at least once a week to do my meditations. What is this stuff down here? Let's take a look at this stuff. Oh, those are just regular weeds. There's all kinds of strange plants out here. It's pretty much impossible to walk through all that without getting pickers all over you. But there's a trail up ahead. I'm going to go down. It's real small. I will show you. It's next to a little waterway. I'm going to go down there. And it's probably about 5 minutes away from here where I'm at, as I'm working my way out of my grove here. Through the, this is called the Hilochi Swamp in Central Florida. A state protected wetland. It's a place for animals to breed. It's a safe place for breeding for animals. Wildlife preserve. Oh, look at all that. Look at this ancient tree here. Many, many, many limbs. Quite large. All of its pine cones laying around. There it is. Good old-fashioned wilderness training would be fun, yeah. You should talk to your provider. They are lacking in bandwidth. I'm in the middle of the nowhere, so it doesn't surprise me. I usually don't have any problems in my home. Now here's I showed everyone this yesterday. This is a holly tree. See some of the berries there. They're getting. This one was broken in half by a hurricane and decided to grow in two different ways a long time ago. You can see it's all split at the bottom there. And now look at it. But I first encountered this at the beginning of winter. I never seen one before. The holly tree here. All right. And across the street here, it's traditional swampland right there. See, look at that. Nothing like my grove. All of these trees here, it just looks wild. It looks chaotic. But when you come down, as you've all seen in my grove, the uniformity, the space between the trees, you don't get that here. This is complete wildness, traditional swampland. So it fascinates me why my particular area is the way it is. Of course, I think it is that way for the reasons I explained earlier, that it was a place of power. There's no way to prove that, but that's how I have chosen to feel about it, for my own spirituality. But you can't even really walk through that. It'll take you a long time to walk through all of this wild here. Unlike where my grove is, you can walk through it no problem. That's why all the animals, they appreciate it. They come through there and rest and frolic and breed and eat acorns all day. But this place here, you can't even walk through it. It's quite wild. Swamp, traditional swampland. Look at that. It'd be so difficult just to walk down there. All of that wildness. The wildness of the Florida swamp in its full plenitude there. More of this craziness here. Look at that. You see that? Look at all the... Every now and then you come to these places where the land is just dug up. Now, humans did not do this. I have not been able to explain this phenomena, but there's several places like this within the swamp that are just completely dug up, and I don't understand why. There's a beer bottle there. Oh man, humans and their litter. I think there's a little trail off here. Will be the last part of the tour here. There's all kinds of trails as you go deeper in that the state has provided. There's even a place, a sanctuary for bats, that one day I will show you. All kinds of trails that that are around here. This little one up here is not much, but it's a good way to say goodbye for the day as I take you down into it. I don't know if you could see that hawk there up on the, did you see it? There's that hawk up there. It was just sitting up there on the, we get hawks, we got bald eagles, crows, and many other types of birds here. But in my grove, there's a hawk nest. There's also crow nest. So I enjoy having conversation. All right, now I'm on this little tiny trail here. It's like right at the entrance before I leave. That we can walk through here. Going through the mysterious wood, making our way in. Oh, look at that. You got to put the bodies somewhere. You think that's what wild boars do, that eating roots? So you think that's all from the boars? That would make sense, because they certainly dig the shit out of my grove when they're looking for the acorns. So that would make sense. All right. We're going on this last trail here. This doesn't go too far back. Usually there's water down on the sides here, but it's all been evaporated. Oh, let's see here. See how far we can get on here, and then we'll make our way back. And then we'll call it a day. And then I will return tomorrow from the home to have a normal conversation. But I'll try to come out here a few times. Maybe come out real early to see if we could see any wildlife. But that's difficult talking, because they obviously won't come by. Maybe I'll just take pictures or something silently and share them on Discord. All right. This is the end of the trail here. Look at that strange looking tree. Look at that. I can't go really any further without, there's supposed to be a little stream down there. Let me see how far I can get into the bush here without getting too many damn pickers on myself. Yeah, that's as far as I'm going. I'm not going any further than that. It's too wild. And I want to take a closer look up at that. It's got a white, maybe Gwendolyn knows what type of tree that is. I can't tell. It doesn't look like one of my oak trees. But maybe it is. I can't tell because I'm not close enough. All right. Working my way back. Let's see. I'm trying to read what you're saying here. You got, you love the tree-covered paths. You got geared up to go snowshoeing, Rod? Oh, you inspired me. Look at you. Yeah, you should do a snow stream, snowshoe stream. That would be fun. A dogwood tree, is that what it is? Where am I from originally? Michigan. Now I live in Florida. That's where I'm at right now. And now just making my way around the swamps here, having a good time. Too crooked to be a sycamore. Yeah, I think, I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on the tree. Like right there, that is an oak. Yes. That is an oak. That is a laurel oak tree right here. That is a laurel oak tree. That's what most of the oak trees around here. That is the pine tree right there. Some of the other trees I'm not familiar with, because I am not an expert. There's one that got pulled out of the ground by a hurricane. It's still growing, still alive. Adapting as Gary would adapt with his crookedness. The bard is a marksman. Oh my. They can grow pretty crooked. I would imagine. Let's see, where are we at here? Working our way back to all the birds there. They're telling me goodbye. Working my way out of the woods here. Yes, I hear you. It's nice to see you, birds. I know you will miss me. That one's got a really pretty tune to it. I don't know if you can hear it. I'll try to get closer to it. All right, sing your song. We want to hear it again. Oh, don't be shy. Yeah, I really enjoy doing. I'm watching that. I don't see if I can get that. It already took off. That hawk again is over here. They are beautiful. The hawks over here. They get quite large. There's always something to eat. I remember just sitting down in my grove watching the hawks play. They come down and they'll eat whatever critters are in the walking around. Usually the grasshoppers. They get quite large in the during the summer months. Like you would see like in a biblical plague, the grasshoppers. They are quite large. I will definitely show you them in the future. But they're always crawling around the swamp, so they're always a meal or something. Oh, there's a beautiful bird. Let me see if I can get that. I don't know if you could see it. We see you. Do you see it? I don't know if you could see it. There it is. Yeah. There you are. Beautiful. Beautiful little hawk. There she goes. Thank you for the show. Everyone appreciates that. Oh wait, that's a vulture. That is a vulture. Vultures' nests in here as well. So you'll begin to hear more automobiles as I'm making my way towards the highway here. But I'm glad I got a chance to share with you my grove, a little bit of my swamp. Like I said, I'm going to be doing more adventures, swamp adventures. Getting lost out here, letting you guys guide me where I should go, because there's all kinds of trails out here. I have to work with 3 hours of mobility because that's all I got when I take my pain pill. I'm able to walk for up to 3 hours. Without it, it'd probably be an hour. And that's how bad I don't have any cartilage in my lower back. So it's hard for me to get around. There's a yucca plant right here. Yucca. Right there. It has some type of medicinal purpose. I forgot what it was for. Looking across the field on the way out of the swamp here. Oh my. Yeah, if you've enjoyed this, like and subscribe. I do this every day. I will be back tonight on my other channel at Realmscape for our Dungeons and Dragons game. Had to move all of my D&D stuff over there to help my algorithm get back on track. The algorithm was confused. They thought I was a druid from Dungeons and Dragons. I'm like, no, I practice real druidry. I'm not a fantasy druid. So I had to switch that all up because the algorithm was confused. I kept having confused audiences. Oh, look at this beautiful field here. I'm gonna come up to these wild palm trees here. There's a whole bunch of them. Right there's one. There's a nice wild palm tree on the way out here. There you can see it. It's saying goodbye. It's moving its leaves all around. And there's a whole line of them right there, wild palm trees. Get more and more of them the further you go south in Florida. The palm trees, see them all, and the yucca plants. There's a whole bunch of them over there. Working my way out. There's the road. There's my automobile. I'm almost on the way out. And I hope you enjoyed the experience. I really enjoyed being here today. I enjoyed the meditation that we did. Gotta put my sunglasses on now. The light is becoming bright. It is time to get the sunglasses on. Here we go. All right, there, now I can see properly. There's too much light. Too much light, not enough dark. We cannot see the light without the dark. You cannot see the dark without the light. The dance has to find balance, as the saying goes. There we are, almost there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I will return to you tomorrow morning. I hope you enjoyed being here. I will see you all. And if you are, I hope to see some of you tonight at our D&D game. Have a good rest of your day.